Circle Florals. So we are getting ready to do our first planting. I think it's only fitting that the first planting be irises. So that's what these are here. There's some in a bucket, some on this tarp, some in various bags. These are all from a very special person. So this will actually be the start of our first dedication row. So I'm going to do several different rows that are dedicated to different people that had parts to play in this scenario, you know, in various ways. So I'll explain all about that at a certain point. But the biggest part of today is that we're going to be talking about planting. So irises are a fun one. They're one of my favorite things to grow. I've been collecting them for years and years and years. There used to be a farm that was down the street. I used to get them from every Earth Day and plant them. It's now not there at all. There's a house in that spot. It makes me sad a little every time I drive by.
They wiped out all of them.
All gone. I don't know what happened to them, but yeah. So ultimately, this is not a bad rhizome. I'm gonna come a little bit closer so that you can see what we're looking at here. So this is a nice little one. It's connected in multiple places, but as you watch, you can just kind of wiggle them apart. You can usually tell when they're gonna come apart like this. This one actually has this big bulb here, and it has a little eye right there. You can kind of see that. So what I would do, it does have a little bit of rootage, but I don't know how much it really is gonna be able to feed in that direction. So I'd probably just leave this one. But these almost really like to be just kind of surface level, even sticking out just a tiny bit. I usually kind of cover this just real lightly. So that's the biggest part of what we're going to be doing today. The guys are going to kind of spearhead this project and get these in the ground. It's kind of a race against time at this point. These will not likely bloom this season, but that's okay. So the point of these being where we're going to be planting them is that they can kind of be nestled amongst the like annual other flowers in the farm. But every year these will just continue to exist and be there. So next year we should get blooms out of them. So that'll be nice because that starts usually anywhere between, last week and usually a couple of months. It depends on the variety. When I was given these varieties, I was told it was multiple different kinds. So we won't know that until later. But we're not going to plant them in any special order. We're just probably start with one, move to the next, etc. So I think that's about it. I mean, as far as if there's any further questions on it, I can always do an extra video that's just on irises or iris care. Luke got very nice and wet. Thank you. Hi, Luke. You're going to come right to me,
buddy.
aren't you? All right. Well, I hope you enjoy this video of us getting our very first flowers in the ground. Thanks. Watch us grow. Okay. It's another day. Just wanted to give you the last little update on the very first planting that we did. We got these irises in for the most part. We stopped part way down because we're not really sure that we want to plant the entire depth of the row. But we basically have everybody in place. We do need to come back and do a little trimming just to take these ends off, just to give them a little bit more energy to put down into the roots of the rhizome. We were hoping we would get some rain that would water these, but as you can see with the ground, it's still pretty dry. So it is slightly sprinkling now. I'm really hoping we get some nice rain this weekend to water these in good, but honestly, irises are pretty hardy. I mean, we laughed when we talked about planting them and leaving some of them not planted for a few days, because the reality is I've left them in like garbage bags for pretty much like months, like 6 or more, and came back and found them growing. In fact, I thought they were dead, but then they grew, and then I planted them. So they can be very, very hardy. So I think they're going to be just fine here. So we'll come back and probably give you a little update on what we do with them later on. We'll double back with the other ones and get them all in place. But otherwise, we've got brand new irises, very first planting, full flow suckle florals. So thanks for joining us. Watch us grow. We have an audience today. Live in our audience, we have cute little cows. Hello, cute cows. You're just watching us down here, seeing what we're doing? No, you're done? That's that good, huh?